good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time. I'm so excited. It is another Monday. It is the 9th of January. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and then get to my in-studio guest. Friday, I really didn't do much, you know what I'm saying? Just stayed in, kind of like prepared for the rest of the weekend. Saturday night, Ralph Bracco called me before Saturday night and said, hey, we need you for Murdered by the Mob. That was in the city, and I had a great time playing Donna, Rosella. Bobby's got pictures of me this weekend. I put on my gray wig to play her. There, Donna Rosella. There I am. My husband, unfortunately, is deceased, and that's Ralph Bracco and myself, and had a blast doing it. And for those who have never been to see Murdered by the Mob, it is the longest running murder mystery show in Manhattan. It's been running 27 years, and it is a blast. It's very interactive. You sing, you dance, you eat. It's like going to a big Italian wedding and someone gets whacked, okay? You're singing, you're dancing, you're drinking. It is so much fun. And that was then. And then Sunday, I spent all day yesterday putting away my Christmas decor, which there is a lot of, and laundry and football. So that was my weekend. Now I'm going to get to my guest because I'm so excited he's here, and he came all the way from Astoria. He's an actor, he's a director, he's a producer, he's a writer. He's also 6'4". He's a very tall glass of water, if you know what I'm talking about. George, say your last name for me because I forgot to ask you before the show.
Zuvalos.
Zuvalos. I was actually going to say it like that, but I figured, let me ask.
Zuvalos.
Zuvalos. Yes, a nice Jewish boy sitting next to me. No, he's Greek. Greek. Yasutikanes.
Kala.
Nice. Okay, so we're going to learn all about George tonight. Are you originally from Astoria?
No, I was born in Manhattan.
Okay.
We moved from Hell's Kitchen to Washington Heights to Astoria.
Okay, and that's how you got there.
And that's how
you
got
landed
there.
in Astoria. Astoria! That's where Chris Walken's from, right?
Christopher Walken's from there. So is Ethel Merman. So is a whole bunch of other people that you could
that's cool.
you can look up.
Yeah, love it. All right, so now I did mention your height because, you know, I'm vertically challenged at 5. I thought I was 5'2", but now they're saying I'm shrinking and I'm 5'1". But, you know, 6'4", I mean, you've been this height since like what, 16, 17?
I shot up when I was 18.
Really?
Yeah.
And were you into any kind of sports that
played basketball.
They wanted your height?
Played basketball for St. Demetrius of Astoria, nice parochial school for Greek boys. Played football, of course, in the street.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when there was snow on the ground during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we played two-hand touch, which was really two-hand tackle.
That's
good times.
It is good times, the old days, you know what I'm saying, where you were outside all the time and you only went inside to eat dinner. You know
and
what
when
I
you
mean?
got called.
Yes, this is true. This is true. So, you went to what high school?
I went to Long Island City High School.
Long Island City High School. And then after that, is that when you went to John Jay after that?
Yeah, I did. I went to John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
Yes.
Graduated.
Yes, you did. In history and government, correct? Yeah.
Government and history, yes.
Yeah. And then what'd you want to do? What'd you want to be? Because you've had many jobs.
I was already a paramedic for the city.
Yes. You worked for the city, paramedic.
Yeah. in the fire department now, and later I went into the district attorney's office of Brooklyn. I started out as an ombudsman, then I became an assistant to the DA, not a assistant DA, but an assistant to the district attorney.
Right, right.
I was very close with the then Charles Joseph Hines. I worked in different bureaus, including warrants and senior crimes.
Right, right.
And after 9/11, everything changed. Just before I was working part-time towards my end of my tenure in the DA's office, and I got recruited by a public relations firm that was doing PR for E-Trade.
Right.
And I started doing PR, and I was also doing DA stuff. And then after 9/11, I vegged out at home for a little while because everybody was in a state of shock.
Yeah.
Became a private investigator, bail bondsman, bounty hunter.
Yeah, we have a pic of that, right, Bobby? We got well, you were written up in the New York Times, right? It was
Yeah.
the New York Times article. Yeah, there it is. The Life of a Bail Bondsman.
Yeah, that was The Life of the Bail Boss.
Yeah.
A book was written about me.
Really?
It's called Bail Bonds, Bounty Hunters, and Bondsmen.
Right.
And that's why I have the trademark Bail Boss.
Bail Boss.
That's right. And that book was written by New York Times featured photojournalist Clara Benucci, who followed me for 2 years.
Really?
And the first time we went out, we put the bulletproof vest on her. She kind of lost it because we went into some places where the police weren't going into to grab fugitives that we were after. And
I mean, this is something that she only had to do once. I mean, this is something you did.
no,
all
she
the time,
followed.
right?
The first time she did it, she ended up following me for 2 years,
Right,
on and off.
right.
And she got some amazing pictures. And Fabrica Press in Milano published this thick coffee table book.
Wow.
I'm going to bring you one.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
And it's all pictures of me bounty hunting people who either violated their court conditions of bail or were outright fugitives from justice.
Wow.
You know, and I've hunted them all over the world.
How long did you do that? Because you listen, you were an EMT paramedic, right? And you did that for what? 10 years? Was it 10 or more?
From the late 80s.
Yeah. Then you worked for the New York City Fire Department,
Then the DA's office.
the DA's office. Then you also worked with the NYPD.
A little bit.
A little bit. You've dabbled in many things. We also have another pic of you with, I wrote it down somewhere, I'm sorry. The pic with him
Yeah.
there it is. Hello, I couldn't get it out fast enough. Tell me about that pic.
That's me, my good friend Dwayne
Dwayne, yeah,
Chapman.
thank you. I know. I was going to call him
And
Dog, but
his-
Dwayne, yeah.
His great, very close friend of mine,
Yeah.
Beth Chapman, Miss Dog C.
Right, yeah.
She just passed a
Yeah,
couple years
she
back.
passed, yeah.
We were very close friends, and I'm still keeping contact with Dwayne and his kids.
Now, how did you originally meet him?
We met each other, and
Yeah.
when you're on high-profile hunts, and you do apprehensions,
Thanks, Bobby. Yeah,
people get to know who's worth their salt.
right.
And we met. I was in Denver with them
Yeah.
on some legislative initiatives. They were trying to preserve bail in the state of Colorado.
Yeah.
I met with them in San Diego at different conventions. Me and Beth kept in close contact. I keep close contact with a couple of Dwayne's children.
Oh, that's nice.
And when they needed help in the criminal justice system,
Right, that's what I was going to say. Did you actually get to work with him in a couple of cases?
I worked with the family looking for people the way I look for people.
Okay,
And that is using personal relationships
right.
and technology to locate people that don't want to be found. You know, I had a case, and I don't want to stay too much time on it.
Wait, you know what? I'm going to stop you there. We're going to have to stay tuned. We're going to take out, I don't mean to cut you up, but we're going to go to break. And when we come back, I want you to continue that story.
Sure.
So don't go away, because you got to hear this. We'll be right back.
Hi there, Teresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Teresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, liking the show. Good evening, Bruno and Ann. Joe DeBarry. Joe DeBarry says hello. Everyone says hello.
Hello.
Thank you for watching. Share the show, like the show. Tea Time is on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people on Long Island who get Optimum. I am with my friend George, who is a writer. He's a director. He's a producer. He's an actor. George Tsouvalos. Tsouvalos.
I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a son.
That's right. You are so much more.
That's right.
And before the break, you know, we talk about he has lived many different places. He landed up in Astoria. He went to John Jay. He worked as an EMT, a paramedic for the New York City Fire Department, for the police department, for so many different things. And I'm so glad you're tuning in because he's got such a story to tell. And we were talking about you being a bail bondman, and your bail boss is this name that you got. You were written up in the New York Times, but you're going to start telling us a story about and having to do with electronic surveillance. So tell me that.
The interesting thing is the book that was written.
Right.
That's a photojournalistic book. I was even in Vogue.
Really?
And in a lot of the Italian magazines, and in Greece, and
so
in Spain.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's really cool. It's like I have a lot of people like, I want to be in your movies. I'm a model. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a model, but I was in Vogue. You know. But a lot of the way we get people is with electronic surveillance.
Right.
And besides satellite and GPS, you have ways of, you know, sending them emails and on their phones and pinging their locations. That's if you know their phone number or their burner phone, or who their baby mama is talking with, or who their wife is talking with, or their lover is talking with. The idea is if you want to get someone in there of high net worth when it comes to somebody hiring you to apprehend them. When there's a will, there's a way. If there's a way to make 50 grand on an apprehension, you're going to go and do it.
Right.
You're going to get the best of people to help you. And I was always very crafty to attract extremely talented people that were in a game, and made me very successful in many ways.
Wow. Well, when you say bail bondsman, and you know you coined this bail boss, but what I think of is the movie with De Niro.
Midnight Run.
Yes, Midnight Run, which was a great movie, hysterical, and
it showed the seedy and sinister side of the business, which
yes.
I was very much involved
Well, I
in.
was going to ask you how much of that was very realistic when it comes to apprehending somebody, trying to take them and get them where they need to go before the time runs out and you missed that window.
The time Bobby De Niro made this film,
yeah.
the laws were different, but the ruling law across the land, in some jurisdictions like in Illinois, there's no bounty hunting laws.
Really?
In Mexico, if you go down in Mexico to pick up somebody, you'll be incarcerated for a long
And
time.
have you?
Have I?
Yeah, gone to, well,
No, I never got caught going anywhere.
okay, because I only bring up Mexico because you've been all over. Like you have been all over, and I didn't know if that just included the states or if you went outside
I've been all
the
over.
states. Okay, you have. I know you have. I know you have. You have been. Could I say some places that you've been?
Sure.
Okay, so you were in LA. You were in San Francisco. You were in Greece. You moved to Greece for a while. You were living in Greece for a while. You moved to Mexico, or were you visiting?
I keep going.
Okay, all right. Next.
I never lived in Greece, by the way.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. All right. So, okay. So Greece, Mexico, London. Am I leaving anything out?
Paris, Prague,
Okay.
the former Soviet Union,
So you've been like all over the place.
the Balkans,
Wow.
Africa,
Bora Bora.
Middle East.
I want to go to Bora Bora.
I don't want to go to Just thinking about it makes me itchy.
But you've been all over. You've had many stamps in that passport over the years.
Yes, and many shots. Not to
Many
catch
oh
nothing.
yeah, that's true. You have to do that.
But most of the time when we go in and out, people don't know that we're there.
Right. It's like ninja, like a ninja.
There's nothing ninja about
You
me.
get in, you get out.
I'm more 6'4", 6'5", not 6'4", 6'3".
You're a large ninja.
That's right. I'm like a walking wall. But
So how much, when you first started doing this in the beginning to like, when you ended, how much technology has come a long way for you to help you apprehend these people? Like you talking about electronic surveillance.
different
Hello?
game now.
I mean,
it's a different game now. Now it's who you know to help you get those kinds of surveillance
right,
capabilities.
right.
And and that came to an end, and I started working behind the scenes doing film.
Right, right.
Because half the time working as what I was doing, I was acting.
Yeah.
Acting to get my man, acting
Right.
to get somebody jammed up, acting for the sake of acting. And
But what made you decide all of a sudden, and let's just say you are an award-winning filmmaker and producer, let's throw that out there, and you're also the president and founder of, just to back up a little bit, president and founder of the New York Professional Bondsmen Association, which I didn't even know there was one.
yeah, that
that's- that
that
you
died. That association died when I left. The
When you
business.
left, no one kept it going, and you started that in 2012?
2008.
Oh, it was 2008? Okay. And is there a reason why no one wanted to continue it? Or they just couldn't fill your shoes?
That's not the point. Nobody wanted to put in the work.
Really?
Well, you got some people around here out in Long Island that pretend to be, I capi di tutti capi,
Yeah, see.
but they're really
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
But I moved out of that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I started working as like a gaffer
Right.
and a boom mic holder.
That's what I was going to say. You all of a sudden, what made you get this urge? Because I think your very, very, very first thing that you did was back in 2015, right?
No, even before that, 2000, we did a couple of documentaries.
Okay.
And with documentaries, you really don't make any money.
No.
But you know what?
But
They're
they're
fun
nice
to
to
make.
do.
They're
Yes,
fun to
they
make,
are. They are.
especially if you're passionate about the project.
Yes, absolutely.
And I was on a film set where I was helping the crew, and the actor who was supposed to do this crime reenactment didn't show up. And the director goes to me, learn these lines. Goes, you look more credible than he does anyway. So he goes to me, you should go to acting school after that. So I ended up going.
And you did.
I did. I went to Lee Strasberg.
Yes, you did.
I studied filmmaking at the New York Film Academy.
Yes, you did. You went to NYU too.
Got my foreign language certificate from NYU.
Yes.
So a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and in the confluence of circumstance, of life experience,
Right.
you get to learn how to act like yourself as being an actor. And I don't have to pretend to be who I am when I'm either on stage or in front of the camera. I act as a variation of myself, how
Right.
I would react. And it doesn't come out fabricated, and that's what makes me successful in what I do.
Yeah. It's authentic.
The more I'm in front of the camera, the more I want to be behind the lens. Because,
I was going to actually just ask you that because
well, I started behind the lens.
Right.
And then I got in front of the camera. And I tell you, the business of acting, if you don't write, produce, direct your own things, you're going to sit there like a bottle of ketchup at Key Food in the back collecting dust until somebody picks you off the shelf.
You're not the first person to tell me this.
It's the truth. And you know what? I don't do anything with any intentions to fail.
Right.
Whatever I do, whatever I put my hands on,
Yeah.
I have the personality that I need to excel to the point where I perfect the art of whatever I do.
Right.
And with acting, I've always seek to perfect the art of my acting.
Right.
Like I told you earlier, I don't think I'm a good actor. Other people tell me I'm a good actor. I don't think I make great films. Other people tell me I make good films.
Right. Right.
I depend on others to give me a little bit, because you can't be a great judge of your own character. You can't be the great judge of your own script.
Right. Right.
And I depend on people who are intellectually honest and not dishonest with me. And I don't surround myself with yes people.
Right. Yeah.
And I appreciate like-minded people. I also appreciate people that have opposite points of view because you always learn something from your adversary.
Absolutely. And you know, you mentioned speaking different languages. You speak Greek.
I do.
You speak Spanish.
A little bit.
Rastafarian.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Depends what
Anything
island
else?
I'm on.
Anything else?
I speak the international language.
Of love?
Love.
Yes, I do too. Yes.
Yes. I'm in love with being in love.
Oh my God, that is like so me. It is.
It's a good thing.
My mother tells me that all
And
the
my
time.
writing reflects that.
That's good. Well, because your writing comes from a very honest place.
At least from my point of
An
view.
authentic place, and I think that's what makes it stand out. And really, let's talk about some things that you've done though, because you've done many, many, many things. You've done shorts. You've done TV series. You've done Evil Lives Here, which I actually talked to you
People
about that.
Magazine investigates.
Yes, People that you did Blacklist, Gotham, Bull. You did something called Mi Familia.
It was a very interesting independent film filmed here out of Long Island.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting experience.
Yes, I know a few people that were in that. And what else? You have like a plethora. It's like there's so much here.
And think about it. It's in a 10-year time span.
Yes, yes, yeah. You've been doing this a while. You know, you didn't just start yesterday.
I jammed 10 pounds of stuff in the 2-pound bag. Very quickly.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, no matter how many times you try to do the right thing and do it right and do everything correctly, there'll always be a naysayer, somebody who's going to be a pundit, who's going to look to disagree with how you act or how you operate. And you know what? I take a page out of Tony Robbins. He says, if 51% of the people like you, who cares what the other 49 have to say?
Amen. Amen.
People say,
you
"Oh,
hear
you-"
that, people? That is
Yeah.
so important to hear because a lot of people, they listen to the noise, and I call it noise, and it's not healthy. It's just not.
People come up to me and they say to me, you know, you're a very scary-looking fella.
I don't think so.
Well, because you know me. Because you know me. But if you saw me walking down the
he's
street,
a big teddy bear.
you'd cross it. And I tell people all the time, my kids don't think, they're not scared of me.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
No.
And I have 4.
You
So,
do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. My greatest creations.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see in the end, huh?
Oh my gosh. We got to go to another break. Don't go away. More with George when we come back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Teresa Canastraci Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Teresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I am with George Zouvalos.
Zouvalos.
And he's an actor, director, producer, writer. He's done so much. We were talking about, you know, him getting into the film industry. He's done shorts and movies and television like Gotham and Bull and Evil Lives Here and Blacklist and some indie films, which are sometimes a lot of fun to do, depending
very
on who
fun.
you're doing them with.
Their craft is not that good, but
No, it's not. This is true. This is very, very true. But I just wanted to touch upon, you know, you were talking about family And what do they think about, Dad doing this?
Well, my kids know. I have 3 daughters who are in their 20s.
Yeah.
And a son who's 11.
Yeah.
That their dad is not an archetype that will wake up, that they wake up one day and see on TV with a bare back and a sheet around his waist with a beautiful woman in bed. I'll be the guy breaking the door down to kill them both.
Right.
But that's why I don't cast myself
Right.
in films when I'm playing the tough guy. I played a priest in a.
You married a couple.
I married a couple.
You did.
That's not the first time. I also played a priest in the thing that didn't come out yet. I play more like the bad lieutenant kind of priest.
Right.
Like Father Rizzo is taking confession. Right. That was fun to do. And I had a ball doing that. But I'm working on a film now, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Once a Week for Life.
Once a Week for Life. Okay, let's talk about that now. And then should I backtrack onto other things?
No, whatever you want to do. How's that?
Well, you mentioned it, so
I
let's
mentioned
talk
it.
about it, because you do have things that in post and pre, but right now this is actually filming as
It is
we
filming.
speak. It's called Once a Week for Life.
Yeah.
And it has some of my friends in it, like Bruce Sosha, who I've had on my show, and John Fior, who I've had on my show, and Jackie the Joke Man Martling, who I've had on my show. So I'm excited to know that they're working with you.
Oh, yes.
Would you like to tell everyone?
And Daniel Roebuck and
Yes.
Roxina
Well, I
Leach,
haven't had
and-
them on my show or met them.
You're going to
but-
have them on show. And Dan Durango.
But tell everyone, what's the concept? What's it about? Because you hear Once a Week for Life and you're thinking maybe the lottery.
Yeah, this is not the lottery.
No, I know it's not.
At least not for everybody else but the main character.
Right.
Once a Week for Life, it's a story of 2 very unlikely individuals. One is a lieutenant in the FBI NYPD Joint Fugitive Task Force, and the other is an emergency room nurse who runs the department at St. Christopher's downtown, this fictitious hospital.
Right.
They each married to different people.
Correct.
Her husband did no good.
Mm-hmm.
His wife didn't do anything wrong, but it was the frailty of humanity and this individual that simply, just like me as a person, is perfectly imperfect.
Right.
And we discuss how they meet.
Okay. Because you don't want to give too much away.
No, we don't. We're not going to give anything away.
No, but it's a really,
Yeah,
really
I'm
good
not giving
story.
anything away that's not already on IMDb.
Okay.
But we have some really good actors,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a 10-day filming schedule from January into February.
Right.
We have another 10 days to be planned at the end of February into March.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into post-production, God
Right,
willing.
right,
So
yeah.
I'm just happy that we were able to attract such good talent.
Mm-hmm,
You know, Bruce is amazing.
Yeah.
He plays the bad guy,
Yeah.
and John Fiore plays the purported good guy.
Okay.
And I play the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that if you ask casting directors and you ask talent agents, if you're not willing
Yeah.
to cast yourself in your talented role that you're best at in your own film,
Yeah.
why should somebody else do it?
Right.
And I put my money where my mouth is.
Right.
I put other people's money where my mouth is.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. It's a lot of people, like you said, you have to invest in yourself. You have a vision, right? You wrote it.
Wrote it?
You're producing it. You're directing it. I mean,
I sleep with it.
This is your baby. This is your baby, and
It's
you
fun.
you have this vision of how you want certain things, done. How strict are you as far as the script goes, or do you allow us to do like one take with the script and then maybe a second take with a little improv and see how it comes out?
It's very simple. We have a script supervisor.
Okay.
Even with my films, the one we just won in Cannes,
Yes, congratulations.
in the shorts, won Best Romance in a microfilm.
And that was for what?
And
Which
that's
film?
for
Which
All
short?
Jokes Aside.
Okay.
And my Ashes to Ashes is finalist in the World Film Festival at Cannes.
That's great. Well, there's the 2 films that you completed was Ashes to Ashes and All Jokes Aside. Okay.
But if I use the formula for this,
Yes.
is that anything you and I as actors need to discuss, let's discuss it now.
Oh, sure.
So if we need to finesse the script, and
Right.
since I'm the screenwriter,
Right.
I decide whether I like what you had to say or not.
Okay. But at least you're open to it.
But once we sit down, you need to study your lines,
Oh, yeah.
okay? Because if I got to flip the camera on the other side, we're not saying the same thing again.
Absolutely.
So I'm not wasting my money and my producer's money if we're not doing the right
Right,
lines.
right. No,
we have
I
a
get
schedule
it.
to keep. We have, we
Absolutely.
have another
Yeah.
100 scenes to film.
Totally get it. I get it. Totally get it. In post, you have a short, Small Minds.
Simple Minds. That was not mine.
Oh, okay. What about the handover?
The handover is the thing I play a priest. Another priest.
Okay.
The Maltese Holiday was a film directed out here by one of your filmmakers out here in Suffolk County.
Okay.
I play a Maltese Catholic priest, and I marry
Cool.
two Disney gems, purportedly in Malta.
Yeah.
We did New Dogs, Old Tricks was another TV show that
Yes,
was
I saw
Amazon
that.
Prime.
Yeah, I saw that.
This was filmed out in Long Island.
Yeah.
Little Cupid.
Uh-huh.
Things-
Out for Revenge?
Out for Revenge is out now.
Yes.
That was filmed in the Netherlands.
Really?
Yeah. I have a couple of little projects I film across Europe
And Pay to Die?
and Pay to Die too.
Wow.
So yeah, like Costas Mandylor and some other actors that are in
Yeah.
it. We'll see where those land
Right.
when they finish in
Well,
post.
that's the whole thing. You know, like I said, you have a vision, and and then it's a matter of how or where it gets distributed, right?
Well, that's a whole different part of the business.
Yeah.
But the idea is you can have a vision, or you can
Or get it somewhere, whether it's Hulu or Amazon, or everyone wants it somewhere, stream somewhere, something.
It has to make money to pay back investors.
Right.
Number one. Number
Right.
two is, even if it's not your dream, you can sign on to someone else's dream.
Yes.
As long as that someone else is not a shyster or a fraudster
Okay.
or a pay-for-play individual.
And for those who don't know, what does pay for play mean?
Pay-for-play is, instead of investing in a film as a producer, they tell you, you want a role, give me $500.
Okay.
I don't do that.
Okay.
If you want to invest in the film,
Right.
and you're an actor and you fit a role,
Right.
if you want to be a producer,
Right.
that's a different story.
Okay.
The idea is, look at Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks does Apple TV.
Yes.
He's a producer.
Yes.
He puts himself in whatever role he wants to film himself in, and that's just how the game is played.
Right.
The idea is, look at a person's pedigree and see who's connected to them. And it's very much, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And there's some people in this industry, and I don't pretend to be anything more than what I am.
Right.
I am an independent, award-winning filmmaker
Right.
that is a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else in
Yeah,
the world,
it's
okay?
true.
I'm not Tom Hanks, I'm not this guy, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
The idea is always be kind. And
Yep.
that's something that I've noticed on sets where the director is speaking down to the cleaning person or the person serving the food. There's no need for that.
No.
We start every one of my films.
Yeah.
We do a prayer thanking the Lord.
Oh, I love that.
I don't care what religion you are.
Yeah.
We thank our Maker
Right.
and pray for patience and to protect this film crew, because anything could happen, and also to be forgiving, because there's a lot of things that are said and done on the set
Right.
that you might get pissed off at and
Sure.
and leave.
Yeah.
And that's why the things that we film with my partners like George Kyriakopoulos and other people, they come out well.
Right.
We're filming Stranded Warrior coming in April. Then we're filming, that's a Battlestar Galactica fan film. Then there's another screenplay I wrote called Everything's Anonymous. We're supposed to be filming that with Kim Mosseri down in Deltona, Florida. It's about everybody's a little addicted to something, and then this is the place where all the stories come out of.
Okay.
So that's a screenplay that I wrote. So I have
What's the very, very, very first thing you ever?
probably The Burning Towers,
Okay.
the documentary that I was
The
involved
doc. Okay.
in. Yeah, that was 2000.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we have and I encourage people to watch Heavenly Deposit. It's a feature film I'm a producer on.
Heavenly.
Deposit. It's a faith-based,
Deposit.
family-friendly film, and it's streaming
I
now
love faith-based
for free.
movies. I have to say, they hold a special place in my heart. They
It's
really do.
streaming on Roku. It's streaming on
Is
Apple
it?
TV.
Oh, we gotta watch it then, people.
And you can watch it. It's on the cuff, or like we say,
Heavenly Deposit.
Heavenly Deposit. It's a good faith-based. It's a
gonna
good.
watch it.
It's a good feeling film, family-friendly film.
Cool.
And we're going to be filming this once a
So
week
you have
for
a lot.
life.
You have a lot of things coming up on the horizon.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody said to me, George, here's a bag of money. I want you to be a series regular,
Right.
and you're going to play an FBI agent or a mobster,
Right.
and I'm going after that.
Yeah.
I'm doing things that are good for me.
Right. Yeah.
Do I stop filming if somebody says, here's a bag of money, and, well, maybe we delayed a little.
Yeah. I mean, but you still want to complete it.
But, you have to go out and get what you want. Staying at home, you can do it. You can do it. You want to be an actor, you go and do it. But manage your own expectations and don't quit your jobs while doing it. Mm. The idea is be true to yourself, be true to your family and the way you make a living. And don't think you're going to make it to the top like shake and bake. You have dinner.
Right.
It takes a lot of work.
It does.
And I act and I practice my acting every day. And you and I had a conversation earlier. It's a different George than is having an interview.
Right.
It's a different part of the character.
Yeah.
And the persona you want to portray to people. The idea is when you're acting, don't pretend to be somebody else. Be the person you are, and more likelihood than not, you'll be a little bit more successful than your contemporaries.
Yeah. That's good advice.
You're a good actor. I've seen some of the things you've done.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a good look.
Thank you.
Bright eyes. You're convincing.
Tell me more.
That's right.
This is great. Oh, man. Listen, on that wonderful high note, we're going to take my last break. And when we come back, more with George. Don't go away.
Teresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Teresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Stop. Who's your favorite Jimmy?
Teresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Chuck. I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I want to, Gina from Rescuing Families, I just want to say that it's a nonprofit and they renovate homes for people with special needs. So if you know anybody, you should definitely reach out to them.
That's beautiful.
And it is. It's a great organization and they do these huge yard sales. I know she's going to be taking donations in March, but I love to donate and I love to shop. And then Dave Revels, my friend Dave Revels, he was with the Drifters and he's with the Persuasions, and they're actually going to be performing at the Argyle Theater on February 4th. So if you love oldies music, which I do, February 4th, ArgyleTheater.com. Check them out. It's going to be a fabulous show. Dave is great. So back with George. Throw him some picks. We got a couple of picks with you. When Bobby throws it up, then I'll know which one it is. There you are on the set of
Definitely Soy.
Definitely Soy. And how long ago did you film that?
I don't remember, but I won Best Actor in Bollywood.
In Bollywood.
That it's a very small world.
Yeah.
They saw me there was a feature film called Padman, and they had me come in and
Oh, really?
from Bollywood, and I acted in it with Ash K. Kumar, who's a phenomenal, big name in Bollywood, and Bollywood's a lot larger than Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
So there's 2 billion of those people.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
But they're great culture, great
Yeah.
food, great, and sweethearts.
Yeah.
It was great. There was no agenda, and I had a good time there. And that film, Definitely Soy, they won Best Director at Los Angeles Monterey.
Yeah.
I won Best Actor in Bollywood. It won Best Screenplay in London and Best Picture in Rome.
Yeah.
And that's what started off.
Well, the clip I saw was kind of cool because you're like, I'm watching it and I'm going, where's this going? You know what I'm saying?
I got to send you what the rest of the film looks like.
Okay. But I also want people to know that you can follow George. He's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, he's on Twitter, and it's George Zouvelos, and it's Zouvelas.
OS.
Oh, what did I say? I'm sorry.
Hey, OS.
OS.
Instagram is the best for me.
Insta is the best way?
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Tumblr,
yeah, I
which
know.
I
You're
don't
all
use.
over. You said it's
Twitter.
Yeah, I don't tweet.
I don't MySpace any longer.
Oh, yeah, no.
My garage closed a long time ago.
And I just I lost my train of thought. Oh my God.
It's me. It's my pheromones.
Is it?
Maybe.
I don't know. What were we talking about? The other picture. Hello. I'm like, we got pictures. The other picture's with Al.
Me and Big Bad Al Sapienza. Now, Al and I
God.
were...
Al is great. I met him at Soprano/MobCon.
You did go to that, huh?
I did.
Yeah, I missed that.
Oh my God, what a sweetheart. Tell me about that pic.
Al is a good guy. We were acting together in a film called Deck the Heart.
Right.
It was a Christmas special that was filmed out in Long Island. I don't remember how far out we went, but it was really cold.
Yeah.
And we hit it off.
Yeah.
He's a great singer.
Yeah.
And
He
he
is.
has
He's
a great
sweet.
kid. His daughter's sweet. His wife is very nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of sopranos out there, but some of them are a little bit more notable than others, like
Yeah.
John Fiore.
Yeah.
You know, he's a stand-up guy.
Yeah, he's great.
And it was my honor to make his acquaintance. And, you know,
Yeah.
you meet